Students, welcome back to 10th standard science class. Let us learn laws of motion unit 1. In previous class we learned about force and motion and the types of inertia in this lesson. Let us start with the continuation of this lesson. The topic is Newton's law of motion. Newton exerted three laws about motion. They are Newton's first law, Newton's second law and Newton's third law. First, I will explain about Newton's first law. Definition of Newton's first law. Every body continues to be in its state of rest or the state of uniform motion along a straight line unless it acts by some external force is known as Newton's first law. That means if a ball is in rest condition on ground, it does not exert any motion on them. But if you make a force on them like kick the ball, then the ball changes its state from rest to motion. In other words, if you drive a car in straight way in uniform motion, how you turn the direction of motion? Yes, the direction of movement of car is changed by to apply a force on steering. Then you turn the car whether from left side or right side. So, every body continues to be in its state of rest or state of uniform motion along a straight line unless it acts by some external force. That is, if you apply any force, then only the body change its position from state of rest or state of motion. Next we learn about force. We already know what is meant by force. Yes, a push or pull action of this body is known as force, and force is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude and direction. Applications of force. First one, force try to produce the motion of static body. That is, if you apply the force, then the body change its state from rest to motion. So, force try to produce the motion of static body. Second one, force try to stop a moving body. That is the example. If you ride a bicycle, how could you stop the motion of bicycle? To apply a force on hand brake, then you stop the motion of bicycle. So, force helps to stop a moving body. And third one, force try to change the direction of moving body. We already know the example, that is, if you drive a car in straight way in uniform motion, you want to turn the direction of motion, how could you do this? To apply a force on steering, then you turn the direction of motion of car whether in left side or right side. Next we learn about types of force. Based on direction, the force is classified into two types. Based on direction, the force is classified into two types. First one parallel force and second one unlike parallel force. Like parallel force, that means two or more equal or unequal force acting on the same direction and they parallel to each other is known as like parallel force. Once again, two or more equal or unequal force acting along the same direction and they parallel to each other is known as like parallel force. Here some of the example for like parallel forces. If you want to move a heavy object, you apply two or more forces on them in same parallel direction. Then only you lift or move the heavy object. Second one, unlike parallel force. If two or more equal or unequal force acting along the opposite direction and they parallel to each other is known as unlike parallel force. That is, in like parallel force they are moving same direction and unlike parallel force they are moving opposite direction. For example, in tug of war playing, we apply two or more equal or unequal force but in opposite direction to pull them out. Next we discuss about resultant force, F net. If the several force act simultaneously on the same body, then the combined effect of multiple force can be represented in single manner is known as resultant force. That is, if two or more force act on a same body and the total net effect of force is known as resultant force. So, resultant force means the total net effect of force is known as resultant force and it is expressed as F net, F N E T. Next, classification of force based on resultant force. In previous we discussed about the classification of force, that is the like parallel force and unlike parallel force, that is based on direction. Here the classification of force based on the value of resultant force. It is classified into two types, balanced force and unbalanced force. First one, balanced force. If the value of resultant force is 0, then the body in equilibrium. Such type of force is known as balanced force. That means the value of resultant force is 0, then the force is known as balanced force. Example for balanced force is floating in water. Second one, unbalanced force. If the value of resultant force is not equal to 0, then it is said to be unbalanced force. So, the value of resultant force is not equal to 0. That is said to be unbalanced force. Example for unbalanced force is change the direction of car while driving. Next we learn about rotating effect of force. Or you observe the position of handle in a door, or you notice that? Yes, it is always placed on the edge of the door and far away from the fixed edge. Then only you easily open or close the door. The axis of fixed edge is known as axis of rotation. Once again, the axis of rotation, that means the axis of fixed edge is known as axis of rotation. Next, moment of force. The rotating or turning effect of force in a fixed point or axis is known as moment of force. So, the rotating effect of force or turning effect of force is known as moment of force. For example, if you want to tight or loose the screw using the force applied on the spanner. To apply the rotating effect of spanner to the screw is known as moment of force. The moment of force is otherwise called as torque and it denoted in the symbol is tau. Next we learn about measurement of torque. The torque is measured by the product of force and distance between the axis or point. That is, the torque is measured by the product of force and distance. Force into distance. F means force and D means distance between the fixed point. And torque is also a vector quantity and its SI unit is Newton meter. Next we learn about couple. Two equal and unlike parallel force applied simultaneously at distant point is known as couple. That is, two equal unlike parallel force is applied simultaneously is known as couple, and the rotating effect of couple is known as moment of couple. For example, for the moment of couple is turning a tap and steering on wheel. So, these are the example of couple and the rotating effect of couple is known as moment of couple. Next we learn about application of torque. First one, gear. Gear is a circular wheel with teeth around its rim. It helps to change the speed of rotation of wheel in vehicles such as cycle, car, etc. So, I hope all of them saw the gear and it is helps to change the speed of rotation. And second one, seesaw. I hope most of you have played seesaw in your childhood days. We know the center position of seesaw is known as pivot point, that is otherwise called as fulcrum. If you sit on the edge of the seesaw, we will easily lift the opposite side person. If anyone come closer to the fulcrum, that is the pivot point, center point of this seesaw, then the distance of the line of action forces decrease and it causes less amount of torque act on it. So, the person enabled to lift the opposite person. Third one, steering wheel. A small steering wheel helps you to change the direction of car easily by apply the torque to the wheel with less effort. So, the steering wheel is help to change the direction of the car with the help of torque. Next we learn about principle of moments. When number of like unlike parallel force act on a body and it is in equilibrium, then the algebraic sum of moment of clockwise direction is equal to moment of anti-clockwise direction is known as principle of moments. That is, when the number of like or unlike parallel force act on a body, that is the like parallel force or unlike parallel force or act on a body and the body is in equilibrium condition, then the algebraic sum of moment of clockwise direction is equal to the moment of anti-clockwise direction. In seesaw, the force F1 is act on the anti-clockwise motion, and here in this picture the P is fulcrum and the diagram is seesaw diagram. In this diagram, the F1 force is act on the anti-clockwise directions to the distance between this fulcrum to the edge is D1 distance, and F2 is the force which is act on the clockwise direction with the distance between the fulcrum to the another one edge is d2. Now, we calculate the principle of momentum by the movement of clockwise direction is equal to the movement in anti-clockwise direction, that is F1 into d1 is equal to F2 into d2. So, this is the principle of moments. Students, I hope you understood about the Newton's first law of motion. In next class, we will detailedly explain about Newton's second law. Thank you, students.